Hollie Guard, which it's had thousands of downloads, hasn't it, and being used all over the UK. Where did that stem from?
Yeah, Hollie Guard is our personal safety app, which we've got nearly 14,000 downloads now, new people using it, and that's really around helping to keep young people safe, or all people safe really, but because young people are associated with iPhones and smartphones, it's those individuals that are downloading it in the masses. But it all came about really with my other daughter Chloe, and she met at a spa a gentleman and his wife by accident, and the guy saw her Hollie band on, and he asked what that was all about, and she told him, and he said, well, I'm the chief executive of Panic Guard in London, and we deal with personal security.
Right.
And that's how it developed. And they had an app which was they used in a certain way, and they said, well, let's rebrand it, let's tailor it to certain types of situations, and let's try and market it, and we work with them, and we've come up with Hollie Guard, and we're working on some variations of that as well. One we're working on is with respect to how we can keep vulnerable people in our county a lot safer, and we're working with Gloucester Police on developing that app even further.
And the way it works in principle, it's an app that can alert somebody that you're in trouble or you need assistance. Is that right?
Yes, it has a lot of functionality within the app, but the basic premise is that download the app, activate the app when you're going out. If you feel threatened, if you feel uncomfortable, you can activate an alert by shaking the phone. And what that does, it sends a text message and an email to an address that you put into your records that you want to receive an alert.
Right.
And that individual will see that and say you might be in trouble. So if they can go onto the internet and they can look at it, because it automatically records voice and video, so they can see. But it plots you via GPS, so it knows exactly where you are. And so it can be used in all sorts of situations. And there's another incident which it was used recently, which actually saved someone's life. And the lady wrote to us, and she said that I was out jogging one day and I fell, and I couldn't speak because I hit my head. I tried to phone my husband, but I couldn't get through to him, so I activated the alert on my phone. It sent the alert to him. He picked up the GPS coordinates, phoned the emergency services. They put an ambulance straight out because they knew where I was, and she said that I was actually just about to go into unconsciousness because I had low blood sugars and I had low blood pressure, and had it not been for Hollie Guard, I would probably have died. So that's a real success story in a different way, and how Hollie Guard can actually save lives.
Yeah, fantastic. That's amazing, isn't it? So yeah, that's one way that young people can feel safe when they're out, particularly. And I love that just shaking the phone is going to activate the app. From the other side of the coin, as it were, you're working quite closely with Gloucestershire Constabulary now, and I think with West Midlands Police as well.
Yeah, we do a lot of work with various police forces. I've done a bit of work with Lancashire Police, South Wales, a lot with West Midlands. We're working very closely with Gloucester Police, and I put to them early part of 2017 a strategy around how we can protect or help people who are being stalked, because as a county we don't have a response. So I did a little bit of work around the country, looking at a best practice model, and brought that back to the constabulary, sat down with them and said, look, this is what we should be doing. Absolutely agreed. They've taken it on board now, and we are in the throes of launching Gloucestershire Stalking Advocacy Service, which is all around helping to raise the profile of stalking, what it's about, so people can recognise, but also dealing with professionals in letting them know what it's all about, how they can deal with stalking, how they can recognise it, and what they can do about it if someone comes to them or they recognise it. So a lot of that's about raising the awareness, and then putting into place a whole process around how we can support those individuals. And we fund as a trust an independent stalking advocacy caseworker within the county who deals solely with victims of stalking. So that's being launched in the latter part of 2017, and we're using an Australian model called Stalking Risk Profiling to identify stalkers, what types of stalkers they are, and how we deal with them, and how we deal with that perpetrator. And that will also show us how we deal with the victim more effectively as well. So it's a whole structure and strategy around dealing with the effects of stalking for all age groups and all genders. So we're really proud of that, and I think that will be really good.